Yo, can't hear you.
Okay. Hold on, bro. You good? You good?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, people? We live, man. We live. We live. Let's get it.
Pick up my bags, I'll be free at last. Don't wanna hear another word from my bum ass past. I graduate to know what's fate and what's a fantasy line. I didn't walk the wrong path maybe a couple of times. Stepping through, I hope to see windows and green leaves. Freedom of speech, sunshine, rhythm up under my feet.
For everybody that's on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. People on Facebook, make sure y'all like the video.
Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. I see my time around the world before I'm giving it up. I see myself living for me instead of living for her. That's rare. Two worlds niggas can never compare. Giving time to a world that'll never be there. So get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream. Make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see yourself inside a dream.
Hey, you know we gotta hear your verse. All right, y'all on YouTube, if y'all like the video, man, like the video. Subscribe. On Facebook, like the video, share the video. Make sure you hit the notification bell to not miss any of our lives. Let's get it.
They don't cost nothing like.
Keep your head up. Gotta chase your dreams, not the paper. Over time, things change. So much bloodshed, it's a shame. Don't know what the future holds. Humble, I'll remain. Don't replace fear where trust should be. Right here, shouldn't know what your left think. Don't compare the size, focus on your team. Can't be myself, won't be anything.
Yes, sir.
Grant me peace, I've been patient. Trying to find solutions without foundation. One life, bet not waste it. Gotta adjust with the times, be adjacent. What's fair, not equal. In life, notice you get no sequel. Sometimes my soul feel conflicted, but I keep my head up, prevent from getting wet up. And times things get better, till then Glock and sweater. I wake up,
make a dollar, be a god, crown yourself, be a martyr, dream big, be a father, word up. Get your weight up, press. Hit the gym so it's enough to hold your head up. Rest enough to see
that like,
yourself
man.
inside a
Appreciate that like for liking the video. We got some topics today. For sure. Let me turn my mic up. We got a lot of topics that we want to get to today. Chris Breezy, one of them. Breezy. We got Haley Bailey, you know. DDG still fighting under the sea right now. You know, we gonna bring y'all in right though, man. We got one more joint we gonna play for y'all. And then Josh, we gonna get started.
Stay put, my boy, the train is on its way. I said stay put, my boy, each dog has its day. Stay put.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
She called me a bitch, it's been years how I spot her. Seen how much of a bitch I be, buried her soul when I blocked her. I contemplate they mental health, but for sure I be no doctor. A Betty will still fuck a lame, I doubt that will ever change. Is there any hope as I sit up at the end of this bed? Tired of the re-up, covers got me losing sleep instead. Thinking about little.
For the people that jump in, make sure y'all like the video, share it. Let's get it out, man.
Family dentist, piece of the sky opens up. He realizes enough for what he's born with. Anger mixes it in one hell of a cup. At times I sit and ponder about the opportunities I never had.
Word.
Even though I'm borrowing time, most niggas will never have. I guess 2020 is the golden year for me.
You won't see no twerking on the show. We ain't doing no twerking. But you will see some truth for a little bit of comedy. You know, we bringing it. That's how we coming.
I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga when he whited up his nose. I seen a dream hit a nigga. He stood there declaring what was already his. Even though time seemed to slow, there he was, train lights shining on him like showbiz. He stayed woke long enough to see it. Ha! The train is on its way. The train is on its way. I told you, young man, every dog has its day. Stay put.
All right. Let's get started with today's show. You know, I got my guest in right now. You know, Joshua Kimbrough, Boss Kimbrough, you know, whatever y'all want to call him, you know, whatever y'all want to call him.
Just a man of the people, not above but equal. Right? Just a man of the people.
Right, man. Right. Just a man of the people, not above but equal, man. Not above but equal. So, real quick, let's get this out the way. You know, we got the Thunder right now. They trying to, you know, do a couple things. Number one, get past the Denver Nuggets.
Denver.
And I'm not sure if they are going to do it. You know, I'm not sure if they are, but at the end of the day, you know, it's definitely worth the try. So, you know, game 6 tonight. Josh, what's your thoughts on this real quick? They just finished game 5. What I want to do is give a little bit of a background for people who don't know about the Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder. The Denver Nuggets had leads on Oklahoma City on Oklahoma City in the fourth quarter for two consecutive games. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm talking about here. For two consecutive games, they lost both leads in games, erasing a margin for error heading into game 6. The Thunder's ability to rally late, including Tuesday's 112-105 home win in game 5, had given them a 3-2 lead in the Western Conference best of 7 semifinal series. And they can advance with a win on Thursday night in Denver, which is tonight. Oklahoma City Thunder, the top seed for the second season in a row, has not been to the conference final since 2016 when it let a 3-1 series lead slip away. The Thunder lost in game 7, lost in 7 games to Golden State. The Thunder had a big lead in game 6 of that series, and although no one on this roster was on that team, the players know they need to be focused. Let me just read this quote by the big man, Chet Holmgren. He says, "It's a closeout game in Denver against a really good team." I think Denver will take this because they're in Denver tonight. So
They're in Denver tonight.
Yeah, I think Denver got this game, man. Here's the thing. If the audience doesn't know, I know we got a lot of basketball heads out there, man. Jokic, it's hard to beat Jokic in a 7-game series, yet alone three straight games. OKC leads 3-2, but it's going to be extremely hard to get this game tonight. I see Denver going back to OKC and actually closing it out.
Um, I would agree with you, but I'm gonna have to go with OKC tonight. Only reason I'm going OKC tonight because um Jokic needs help, bro. He needs some help. It's an APB out for Russell Westbrook. Um, his shot making ability has been, putrid lately. Christian Brown's, I believe that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
His shot making ability been off. You have to surround Joker with people that can make shots. If they can't make shots, as you can see, the series is going to be longer than it should be. But however, if Russell Westbrook can come out and when he get in the corner, instead of him taking them corner threes, I like to see Russell Westbrook take a dribble or two inside, take the mid range, or even attack the basket. Um, but I think I think we really have been kind of really underestimating OKC this year, which me as well. I have very much so underestimated OKC in their ability to get the job done. And if Shea is the MVP this year, this is the game to show it. Like, now I'm the MVP. I feel like it's a change of the guards though. If you just look around the NBA, LeBron lost. Steph Curry went down with injury. Uh, I feel like it's just a changing of the guards, and not saying that Joker is like just an old school player, but he won what term they won that championship in 20. What was that, 22?
I think 2022.
Yeah, against the Heat. So I don't know, man. I like the way.
You cut out just a little bit. You cut out just a little bit. You should come back. But once I'll let Josh explain when he comes back. But man, as I'm looking at these stats, just for the overall averages for the game, Jokic is probably gonna have to do a lot more this game. I don't see them getting out of that unless he has at least 10 assists. That's the thing about Jokic. Jokic needs 40 points, and he needs 40 points, and he also needs about 10 assists. Last game he had 42. He had 44 points and a loss. They needed every bit of that 44 points, but they needed about 10 assists. And if we look at the last game, which is game 5, Josh, I'll let you finish your thought in a second. If we look at their last game and we
Go
look
ahead.
at the box score, Jokic, he finished with 44 points. Like I said, 44 points, but he only had 5 assists.
Mhm.
So
And that's the
evi-
point I'm making.
yeah, evidently the team needs to show up, and Jokic gonna have to get him involved, man. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, you can bring a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it, bro. Joker's been making some exceptional passes. He's getting double teams, right? But most of his shots he's shooting are wide open. You know what I'm saying? Wide open corner threes. Christian Brown and Russell Westbrook, they're going to be the key for today. If they can score between 12 and 15 points, um, I have the numbers on it. But if Russ and Christian Brown, they're not making their shots, it's gonna be a long day. And them boys young, Shade, they pressuring full court, on some possessions. They're getting the ball out. Um, they have a great pace to them, and they're kind of hard to deal with. Shea is a traditional mid range, giving me a '90s feel to him. More of a, not saying, look, he's not saying he's Kobe, not saying he's Michael Jordan, but he gives me that feel of how he gets to his spots, and he's not gonna come down and jack up three straight threes, four straight threes. No, he's going to get to his spots mid range. If you foul him, he's going to take that. He may foul base some, but I like Shea game. Shea has a real strong game, and he has a playoff game. And that's what I like about him, because in the playoffs, you need somebody who can get to their sweet spots and get you a bucket. And he can do that. And
Yep.
his team is coming along with him, Jalen Williams, Chad. You got Caillou, aka Caruso. You know, they got a nice team, bro. Like they got a nice team, and so I look forward to this game tonight. We gonna see. You know, of course, I don't count Denver out though. That's not counting Denver out. They're champions. They've been
Mm-hmm.
proven, but you know, Russ got to make a shot, man. Russ, it's on you. It's on you tonight, Russ.
Bro, we need an APB out for Russell Westbrook, man. You know, we don't.
Hey,
I mean, for them to
somebody, look,
win,
as soon as it get dark out, put the signal in the sky for him, bro. As soon as it get dark out, go need him.
bro. I don't. There is no bat signal for Russell Westbrook, bro. I got one. Steph Curry got one. There is no bat signal for Russ, bro. You know,
Bro,
Russell
act like I don't
Westbrook.
disrespect Russ. He's the triple double king, MVP. You know what I'm saying? Well, not triple double king, but 2-3 years of triple doubles. Shout out to Oscar. Um, Russell Westbrook. I'm telling you, Russell Westbrook is the key to this series. When he plays well, they win. When he don't, they lose. It's just that simple.
Let me see. I'm trying to. I was trying to go up. Look at a picture from Russ. You know, Russ always got that face on that just annoys me, man. You know, every time he make a mistake, every time he do something wrong, you know, it's a face on him that I
Bro,
don't
he's
like.
a.
You know, but okay. I mean, so who you got winning tonight?
I got I'm gonna stick with OKC winning tonight. Because I don't see them winning the game 7. So if OKC is gonna win this series, they need to go ahead and close them out. Get them on out of the night. I see Shea. I see Shea having a good game. I see Shea having a good game. I got OKC winning tonight, and I'm not gonna even go too much into that, but I got OKC winning. In a double digit win if they're gonna win. They're not gonna win the close game. It's gonna be a double digit, at least by 10.
So they closing it out.
Close them out. Go and get your. It's time, man. How many times can Joker come out and give you 44? You know what I'm saying?
As,
Like, let's just be real.
yeah, yeah. Jamal Murray needs to play like a superstar. We need an APB out for Jamal Murray too. That's the thing I don't understand. Jamal
I'm
Murray.
gonna tell you this. I feel like Jamal Murray, he's an excellent player, but his stock got rushed in the bubble. In the bubble, he was looking like Michael Jordan. Clyde,
Absolutely.
he was looking amazing. Not saying he looked real good in the 2022 year, because he looked real good that year, but in the bubble he looked amazing. He's putting up 50 shit. I mean, even TJ Warren was putting up 50-point games. He kind of got a lot of misconstrued. It looked too much. I'm not as high on Jamal Murray as a lot of other people are. Not saying he's a star. He's not a superstar. Let's just get that.
Mm,
He's a star. And if they don't win it this year, I'll package him off with somebody. Go and get him up out of there.
yeah.
Pack him off him, Christian Brown, Russell Westbrook for get you somebody else. Get you, because if Joker can get just a consistent, not a one game he got this and then the next game he got that. No, he needs consistent 20. I say assistant 22 points per game score. And in the playoffs, he needs at least a consistent 24-point game score. Your game should get better as what I'm saying. The level of play goes up. So I got OKC, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. I got OKC.
Yeah. I mean, we gonna see, man. We gonna see that the thing is for me is I don't I don't necessarily trust Westbrook to hit that corner three because I know it's gonna come down to it. Westbrook hitting a corner three or Aaron Gordon making a play. I could trust Aaron Gordon to make a play, absolutely. Westbrook, I don't trust. Um, but if Shea, if everyone else do what they need to do Jalen Williams, if everybody come to play, Hardenstein
Mm-hmm.
is down there doing what he needs to do, they may come out with the W. If no
That's
one
not
is
playing
it,
nice.
yeah. If no one's containing him, if no one's containing Shai Alexander, it's going to be a real problem. But if Jokic can get 40 and 10, they'll have a real chance to win tonight. No question.
I know you always have a chance to win when Joker's on the floor. Like you always have a chance. My thing is, I kind of like the way Mike Malone was using Westbrook to this new coach. Um, I feel like you need to let Westbrook have that ball in his hand a little bit more. When he's in the corner, just sitting and waiting for that, waiting for the corner three. That's not his game. You picked him up for a reason. You gotta set the offense up and predicate it more towards what he likes to do. I'm not saying let Westbrook get the ball and just go willy nitty. I'm not saying that. But if you want to get the most out of Westbrook, why not let him, attack a little bit more? I can see because on the fast break, Westbrook want that ball out. You gotta let him go sometimes. You gotta let him off the leash sometimes, and that's
Yeah,
just the real.
yeah. All
If you
right.
wanna if you wanna see his max productivity for real.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we gonna see the game is tonight, 7:30 p.m. Nuggets, OKC. Hopefully Nuggets get it done, just so we can go to a game 7. For some reason, I'm going for the
Yeah.
Nuggets. Every team that Russell Westbrook has been on, I've rooted against. So this is the first time where I'm really rooting for one of the teams that Russ has been on. He's not West Brick right now. He is just Russell Westbrook, one of the
Hey,
greatest
bro, he
players to
almost
ever play
grabbed
the game.
somebody.
A
He
legend,
almost grabbed somebody last time for
a,
that, bro.
a legendary player, always never cheats the game. A future Hall of Famer. So that's
Can't
who
take
he
that
is
from
right
him.
now to me.
Can't take that from him. Hey, be careful calling him Westbrook, bro. He don't appreciate that. He don't condone that. You know, he say you won't call him that on the streets.
No, I ain't. No. All right. All right. Let's move on. Bro, we 25 minutes in already. So felt like 5 minutes.
Oh
So all
man,
right.
dang, it's moving fast.
Let's uh let's go to the next topic right here. Um so me and you talked about this yesterday. There's seemingly no surprise here, but you know I mean, I'm gonna just read it for us here. Um Holly Bailey granted temporary physical and legal custody of son Halo after ex-boyfriend DDG's alleged abuse, right? So she was granted temporary physical and legal custody. This came out today, May 15th. Holly Bailey,
Okay,
I believe I'm pronouncing her name correctly, has been granted temporary legal and physical custody of her son. The Angel singer
Haley.
Haley, okay. The Angel singer alleges that the 27-year-old rapper, whose real name is Daryl Dwayne Granberry Jr., abused her physically and emotionally. Bailey and DDG welcomed their son Halo December 2023. Um, Haley Bailey has been granted legal and physical custody of her son, according to court documents obtained by People. The Little Mermaid star, 25, and she only 25, was granted sole legal and physical custody of her 16-month-year-old son, Halo Saint, whom she welcomed in December 2023 with ex-boyfriend DDG. The Angel singer requested sole custody of the toddler after she alleged the 27-year-old rapper, whose real name is Daryl, abused her physically and emotionally. The temporary restraining order, which orders the Twitch streamer to remain over 100 yards away from Bailey and Halo at all times, expires on the court hearing scheduled for June 4th, 2025. Never miss a story. Great, thank you, peoples. I mean, they got a beautiful child, man. Yeah, this got bad for my man Faz, bro. This guy, this guy.
He hasn't been convicted of anything but public opinion, and yet, I know, like you would think that as a father, as a man, as a human being, the child does come from the father, right? Like originally, like if I'm just going off how science work,
Uh-oh.
um, you have to. It's a two-way thing, but it starts with the man first, right? So he should have some type of say so of what's going on with his child, what's going on whether that's the mother should have say so as well. It should be a mutual type of thing. But to strip that right away, man, I can only imagine. It got to be depressing. It's embarrassing at first, um, and to do it in the public eye is just going to show that you're trying to really what's the word we're trying to use? You trying to take away my manhood in a sense, my manhood over my child.
Yeah, his his
Like
uh
that's
his
cold.
paternal responsibilities.
Yeah, but for what? Like what? Why? This situation happened in January, and I'm not condoning. Once
Trust no
again, I'm
one.
gonna keep saying I'm not condoning. I'm not condoning. No man putting his hands, fingers, your paws, nothing. Don't do it, fellas. Don't do it. It's gonna always end bad. But I'm telling you, as a man, we gotta start fighting for our rights. And I know we don't like going through court systems, and we don't like getting the court involved. But right now, she beat him to the punch. She's playing chess and he's playing checkers. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why is that I feel men, we move off of love and off sense. And we kind of try to leave the emotional side out of it. But right now, no disrespect to Haley, but she's looking like a bitter woman right now. That's just how it seems. And I could be tragically wrong. He could be the worst guy ever and King Kong on her and beating on her, but from the looks of it, it don't seem that way. You
Yeah.
just don't wait, to say somebody's getting beat on. That's a strong statement you making right now. And let's keep in mind the child has to grow up one day and see this type of stuff. So he's gonna let's not act like the child is not gonna grow up and see what's everything's going on. And he's gonna be able to make his own educated opinion about what's going on. Let's not be oblivious to this. It just don't go away. Pain don't go away sometimes. It lingers.
Hey, yo, Haley, I'm gonna talk to you like this because I'm under the water right now. Hey, why you doing my man DDG like this? Yo,
Wow.
I'm just saying, I mean, just because he had 1,000 girls in his video, just because, he trying to do right when he on stream, he was at Casa Net, he was doing everything. Why you doing him like this?
Like, bro, like that's the main thing for me is, okay, DDG, you are a star. You have bread. You have economic freedom. You have a lot of ways to not only appear to other women, but also um, how you move is a representation of y'all public relationship. This is a choice that you made,
Hmm.
DDG. Um, and I want to last stream we was kind of picking at him, joking at him, but DDG, you've sort of engineered this situation. Number one, you understood that having a baby by Haley, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, Haley, um, it was going to garner a lot of your time in general, just having a baby. I
Yeah.
remember, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you before he had the baby, bro. I remember him saying, yeah, I'll be able to do this, Haley, we got this type of relationship. And at face value, it seemed extremely positive and extremely simple, extremely logical, and that he advertised his relationship like nothing was wrong. That's when I knew it was not perfect. Now we are we already know it's not perfect, but you advertising it like, man, bro, this Beauty and the Beast, this mermaid, you on your Peter, you know what I'm saying, Peter Pan. I don't know what's going on, bro. So after that, I knew, okay, DDG, you may have an issue if you mess up. What happened was just for the people watching, this is what happened. He garnered the actual the perception of the public. He got the public on his side. They weren't at first because they were saying that he was not good enough for her, right? For their mermaid, right? For their princess.
Cold. That's cold hearted. It's
Yeah.
cold.
And then after that, he was on constant that stream. She started tripping. This is normal stuff, DDG. I know your head under a rock. I know you got money. You're not above the law, DDG. I'm sorry, you're not. I said this yesterday. You're not above the law. This is normal stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I know you feel like you're under fire. I've seen this 100 times, bro. I've seen this 100 times, and I'm only 31.
You saying this more than 100 times, bro. Times that by 100.
Yeah, times that by 100. This ain't nothing new, man. This is nothing new, DDG. And I feel for you. This is why I'm taking a second to actually talk to you because I feel for you. This is nothing new. This
It's not new at
stuff
all, bro.
stuff like this happen in the hood all day. Go ahead, bro.
Man, look, it's first of all, it's nothing new under God's green sun. That's just it's nothing new under the sun. Let's just get that out the way. Females and women have always had a certain power over men, and that's what make them special and great anyway. Secondly, DG, you cannot you cannot win over the internet. You're not gonna win on the internet. Let's just get that through everybody's head. The internet is it's for men, but it's for women. You know what I'm saying? Because as men, we can understand that every action don't need a reaction. You know what I'm saying? We can understand that. Thirdly, love is blind, bro. Love is blind. You can't. Everybody's been to a point where they've been so just fascinating, and you so in love with somebody that they can't do no wrong, and you come in hoping for the best. You hope for the best, striving for the best, and you just feel like, man, this is gonna be that. This is gonna be that. That outlier that everything's gonna go well. It's my Cinderella story basically. But no, you gotta trust people to be people. You know, and I feel like we all ignore signs. Signs, I know signs was there, but this right here, I will say is a bit extreme. I didn't see this coming to this extreme. But when power is involved and money is involved, feel like this is a power move and she's trying to break him mentally. You know what I'm saying? Once she's break him mentally, that's when you could break a man's spirit with his child. Like, this is a lot. Why would I want to be the best father I can be to the child when you put me out here? I'm a bruiser. I'm beating on you. You saying my son's not safe around me?
Yeah, and
Like,
let me read this. Let me go into to your point. She has also requested an order to prevent child abduction, saying that DDG has a history of abusing her, taking away or hiding Halo from her, threatening to take away or hide Halo from her, and not cooperating with her in parenting. Um, people at
a
People
streamer.
magazine, y'all need to verify y'all writers, evaluate y'all writers, taking away or hiding Haley from her, threatening to take away or hide Haley from her. I mean, this People magazine, come on, man. And not cooperating with her in parenting. Um, I don't think that if he asks to get his son is abduction. I wouldn't consider
That's
that
a
child.
trigger word, bro. Like, that's blasphemy, bro. That's ridiculous.
Let me finish
Abduction.
this
This man
point.
is a streamer.
Let me finish this before you go. Bailey asked that a judge order DDG not to travel with Haley without her written permission, and to turn in or not apply for passports or other important documents for their son. If he does travel with Haley with her permission, she is asking the judge to order that DDG provide his travel schedule, copies of round trip airline tickets, addresses, and phone numbers where they can be reached, and an open airline ticket for her if Haley is not returned. Wow, man.
Basically, what you saying to me as a man, I'm a bitch. I'm just forget my rights as a father. You not gonna excuse my language. Excuse
Now
the
you good. You
profanity.
good. You good. That's what I
Like
want, bro. That's what I want. Go ahead. Go
like
ahead.
bro, like seriously though. Like as a man, bro, this can really does something just to your mystique, your makeup, your value. Come on. I'm a father. I'm not sure what type of father that he is, but he don't sound like a bad man or a bad father. From what I can see. To
Yeah.
say that, to go as far as use a word as abducted. How can a father abduct his child? I'm not. I know it's possible. Look, that's not for people that's gonna take everything to a literal sense,
It's crazy, bro.
bro. I feel for him. It's messy. It's childish. It's not right. If you really love Haley, if you really love that child, and I'm sure you do, and this is not coming from a place of love. This seems like it's coming from a place of misguided hate for
Yeah.
him. If you hate him or you hate what he's doing, take that out on him. You don't take it out on the baby. Whether it's you taking away, you see how your son, when your son see him, how does he look? He light up when he see his daddy, right? Why would
Beautiful
you want to
couple too.
stop that? Like, you so bad. You so upset and so mad at this man that he can't see his child, that you saying he's getting adopted. He got to clock in. This is a child. This is not a loan. This is not like a criminal. He's not locked up. He's not on papers. You know, it sucks, bro. That's ridiculous, bro. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
man.
That's all I can say.
Hopefully they can possibly get past this. Hopefully they can work it out. You know, cooler heads prevail. They still extremely young. I think she's 27. How old is DDG? DDG
I
is
think he's. I think he like. I think he's 27 and she 25 or something like that. Or
okay.
I'm not
Okay, so
sure.
he in his late
Something like
20s.
that.
Yeah, in his late 20s
Yeah.
for sure. Extremely young, man. Extremely young.
Extremely young. I mean, they just need to sit down and really just sit down and think to themselves. And before you do anything, you need to really sit down, silence. Just get in the room and just be quiet for a second. No outside distractions. Haley to put her phone. She need to put her phone to the side for a second. Don't let anybody get in her hair. She need to really figure out how she feels about her man and her husband, whatever she want to call him, whatever he is to you. But that's the father of your child. Figure out if y'all are really trying to do this for the kid. Am I doing this for my son's protection, or my for my son to receive the best type of love that he can receive, or am I doing this to poke DDG in his sore spot? You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving him the middle finger because you gotta weigh that, because in the end, nothing good comes from bad intentions. Nothing good comes from bad intentions, bro.
You gotta think let's put the beneficial the what can help benefit the child first. Let's put that at the top. Does the time taken away from being an actual parent, from that child having a father, does that benefit the child, or are we
Hell
doing that
no.
for something else? I
You
mean,
know she know what she's doing it for. It's for something
these are simple
else. It's
questions.
just
These are
that
simple
simple.
questions. You
It's
know,
simple. It's
so
simple. It's not rocket science. Are we doing this for the kid, or are we doing this for, oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, nigga, I did this to you. Like, come on now.
yeah.
You would think Little Mermaid better than that. Little Mermaid, I know Little Mermaid not doing that. That can't be Little Mermaid, bro. It's just, man, look, and that's what make niggas call females bitches right there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool, man. That's for real. That ain't cool. A woman ain't trying to do that. Cause now by her doing that, you taking away from the women that really is going through men that's putting their hands on them and don't want to do for their kids.
And we're
You
we're
are
we're
you are
we're we're
basically
saying we're not saying that it's okay for him to allegedly abuse. If she's being abused, she has a right to do what she
yeah.
has to do. Absolutely. But until
She
further
has a
facts.
100% right. Yeah, 100% right. If that man is putting hands on his old lady, man, and she's to the point, even though she's Little Mermaid, I'm pretty sure he won't be able to put his hands on her to the point where nobody around her is not going to be noticing. You know what I'm saying? But if he is, she has a right to do exactly what she just does. Hey, as men, we're 3 times stronger than women. We shouldn't be able to do that. That's wrong. It's not right. But if it looks like she's just doing this simply off of okay, you're doing this, we're going tit for tat in a sense. That's wrong, man. Put that child first. You don't put that woman first. You don't do what what's that man said? Jaheim, put that woman first. Don't do that. You end up bald headed when you try to put that woman first. Put that child first, though.
Why every time they introduce her,
Please.
why they saying the Little Mermaid actress? Why they keep saying that?
No, you know why they saying that. You know why. You know why they saying she's a little mermaid? Because she can't do nothing wrong. This is a wholesome little girl. She sings for the Little Mermaid. The kids adore her. Like, yeah, that's cool. Come on now. Like, don't fall into the trap that the public make. And the trap is, come on, man. That's a vicious trap. They said too. Like the kid, man. When did people get so excited with putting the government in their kid business? Why? Wait a minute. Come on now. We two grown people. We can't come up with a plan or simplify a plan another. Okay, yeah, you get the kid this day, and I have it this day. Like we not, and we grown. We gotta get the courts involved for that. Come on now. That ain't love. That ain't love. That ain't common sense. But I guess common sense not common these days. I guess
Hey,
it ain't.
DDG, my my last words for you, extremely genuine, man. I'm being extremely genuine when I say this. You've put yourself in
Talk
a
to him.
conundrum. You know,
Mhm.
so Haley, she's gonna do what she wants to do. You have at this point there you have no other options. You've exhausted all of your options when you number one, it's again allegedly you put your hands on her, blah blah blah, and she say she got footage on a Ring camera as well of you doing it. Whatever happened, you've exhausted all your options. You know, this is why we speak about emotions. Now, emotional. I've had, you know, as men you'll have people tell you, sometimes women, right, that your emotional intelligence is extremely low. Um, I've never had an incident where it was caught on camera that I was bruising someone, anybody. Now I'm saying allegedly, right? I've always walked away. No matter how I had to get out of a house, I've always walked away. That's the key. That's the key, DDG. And I know it may sound simple, but DDG, if you had walked away, would you even be in this position? If you had walked away from Haley, would you even be in this position right now? And we talking about understanding your emotions, being able to put them to the side and think first, being logical, right? Operating out of altruistic interpretation and also action, right? And for my brothers in the back in the hood, altruistic, pretty much doing things that don't garner a gift back or any other thank you back, right? Doing things out of the kindness of your heart because that's what you want to do. These
Mhm.
things are extremely important, man. And you probably should understand them and know them before the fame comes. Because you have stuff like this that happens. All right. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. Uh we got some foolery to get to. Um oh man. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna
What's
play the
next?
video. You know, I hope that, you know, again, I hope that we are able to stomach. I mean, things are going on with the Diddy case right now that I can't even get into.
Oh,
I can't even get into.
oh man.
But we're gonna watch this video just for comic relief and some sort of I don't know. It's not, the situation is not light. But looking at this video again highlights how serious we probably should have been taking these moments. Okay? We probably should have been taking these moments extremely seriously. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I love this drink. Where you put my bag? I like when you like this, Daddy. Yeah, where you put my bag? Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. No. I got notes like that. Shit. You know, I'll be practicing. I got notes. Mr. Lee, yeah, I love this drink. Where you put my bag? I like when you like this, Daddy. Yeah, where you put my bag? Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping. When you scrambling and scraping for shit. No. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over with that one. Make a wish. Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day. Every day's a birthday on Drink Champs, goddammit. I'm in.
Where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because we I'm saying it seems like a thing. It's his birthday party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday. Huh? Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Diddy felt so disrespectful when Fab said you ain't, bro. Did you really party with why you ain't party with me? Why you bro, the look on Diddy's face right now.
Fab he sound nervous, bro, the way he talking.
Right, why Fab, why do you sound like this your big brother talking to you? You just took a couple of his shirts or something. Like why did you sound like that?
Bro,
And he questioning you, bro. Bro, we should have been taking this a little bit more seriously, man. Diddy is a monster, bro.
Whoa.
It's a monster.
Whoa.
No, but man, you ain't
No
never
Diddy.
really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes.
Come on, man, with all the
Eyes, brother. Eyes. I understand. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J, and F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man.
Whoa, man. Nah, remember those names. Remember those names.
Okay. So check this out. It's me, Tyrese, Ray J.
Tyrese, Ray J, Diddy. Remember those names. See, we never thought about this before. We thought he was just, naming names just to name them.
And F. Gary Gray. You know, I'm a type of nigga, I like variety, man. I like people that's unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? I like different personalities. So I was like, I never knew they would become what they are today. But you know what I'm saying? But like, that sounded like the type of night I want to have in Vegas. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So
the type of night you want to have in Vegas is with Tyrese, Freddie Gray, and whatever the other guy name is. I mean,
just keep on talking about like how you gotta get back for church. And we just like, the night ain't start. You gotta get back for church. We in motherfucking Vegas, nigga. Like, you can go to church next week. You know what I'm saying? Sending your thing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. We in Vegas. Don't be bringing God into the city. Don't bring God.
See, the number one thing a monster don't want you to do is bring God into anything. You
watch a man and say don't bring God.
You watch a man. You watch a man that say that. You watch a man that say that. Any man that say leave God out of this. Nah, brother. I trust God in everything. I don't know what you on.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like praying right now watching this video, bro. Like Diddy was on different type of time, man.
Man, Diddy's he's going through a lot right now, bro. Dealing with of course we're referring to like his trial and how Cassie is taking a stand on him right now for alleged crimes that he did. The dealer, Diddy. I'm kind of
don't say his name 3 times.
I'm not appalled with what he his actions as far as some of the things he said, because he's even though he's been trying to hide himself as like just this rap pioneer that's party man, but we all know drugs, alcohol, and all white parties just don't mix well together, bro. They don't mix well together. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you set up a question for it. I'm maybe not ramble off, man. Go ahead, set up a question for it.
God into this situation, you know what I'm saying? F. Gary Gray is like, nigga, shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Ray J. So Ray J is like just really like feeling like Ray J right now, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, don't do that.
Yeah, that's why I said let me pick it up. That's why I said let me pick it up from right there. This why I gotta pick it up from right there.
Look at this nigga. Fab Kimbrough. Go ahead. No, Groove.
Kill him.
No. Come tell the story. Bro,
Bro, Diddy and alcohol don't mix, man. Diddy and alcohol,
I
Diddy and
mean, he's
baby
very.
oil, Diddy and light skinned
Well,
women, Diddy and a lot of things just don't mix, bro. Um, we need to have that plastered so people understand that this is highly uncomfortable. You know, um, and that's just it, man. You know, this is something that shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be played with in any interview. I don't have too much more to say about this. Bro, you got something to close this out with?
I'll say this, bro. I'll say this with Diddy, bro. When you when you live in a certain lifestyle, and not only you're indulging in females, you're indulging in men, and you're opening the door for different demonic spiritual things to come into your life, and that can overtake you. I just feel like Diddy, um, like he's himself, but he's just been kind of his soul has been overtaken with just a lot of sexual demons, bro. Um, he said say he was mixing ecstasy with cocaine, putting pink dye on it to make it call it pink nanas. Like it was a lot of things that was going on, and even some of the things that we've been hearing from the trial with Cassie, and she's having they just watch her have other men urinate in her mouth.
Oh
Just some
my
real
God!
sick,
Wow,
yeah,
that that's very disgusting. Very
yeah, some
nasty.
real sickening things. But I guess now the question we have to ask ourselves is: did he a sick man with just a horrible sexual fetishes, or is Diddy a guilty man? And that's the
Right.
question that what I'm saying. I don't know the answer to, bro. Because yes, he's a swinger. He's involved in a lot of sickening acts of sexual cosplay, I guess if you want to call it. But does that make him a guilty man? You
I
know,
mean,
and
you no, yeah, and you bring up a great point, bro. And I guess in the courtroom, that's what they trying to find out is was he just a super duper a super freaky boy, or was he just was
yeah,
he was he a
because like
criminal?
the things that is he a criminal? Yeah, 'cause he for one thing for sure he's guilty of being a freaky man. He's a for me personally that's criminally unjust to be that goddamn freaky. It is, but it's not by the court of law. You know what I'm saying, by the code of conduct. Um, them trying to make it a Rico of him flying females out of to different places for sexual benefits. Man, you can arrest a million people right now if that's the case. Females get flown out all the time. That shouldn't be their argument.
You
Only
know
thing
they
I have
try
a
to every time they do the female flying out thing, they try to say that that's like sex trafficking.
man, knock it off. They need to knock it off with that. That's BS. I don't agree with that. That's BS. Females get flown out every day. Females rap about getting flown out. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. I don't like that right there. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. That's first and foremost. I don't agree with that. Secondly, what I don't agree with is I don't think that you should be able to settle with a lawsuit, get your money, but still be able to get on the stand and testify. Not off of if you're not testifying to get me put in jail, or if you're not testifying to what I'm saying, just to it shouldn't be about money. Why take the 20 million then get on the stand? Like
You hit me hard in the front though, then backdoored me on your way out.
then back
That
on me. You know what I'm
that's tough.
saying? You trick me in front of then back on the way out. It don't make no sense, bro. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta just start calling spades. Like a famous. I'm gonna say this. This might be a bit cruel, a bit touchy. But on a Boondocks episode, I think Riley, and he was this is no shape or form saying this is what Diddy did, or this is strictly jokes right here. But Riley did say, and Cassie is a grown woman. This is not a 12, 13-year old, so this no the comparison is not the same. But even at 12 years old, you can have the man. Do I want to get if I want to get peed on, I'm just gonna move out the way.
Right,
You're
right.
telling
Okay,
me
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah,
grown,
yeah, yeah. I remember that
you know what I'm
episode. I remember
saying?
that
This
episode.
this grown woman. Now we saying, how old Cassie was when this thing was going on? She's definitely was grown, right?
Yeah. Now, in the case, it does say that she participated. That there was a text message that said that. Now, I'm not sure how true that is, so I'm not even gonna say it. But Diddy's lawyer is trying to make it sound like she was willing, right? Within a lot of these activities. So that's the
You
main
don't. I
thing.
mean, you don't think somebody is around somebody for 11 plus years, have their own money, and is not willing in some capacity? Like,
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. I'm not saying that she was never willing. I'm saying that that's what we got the video footage of. What I'm saying. Diddy being Diddy. But like that they they really
I know
pushing
what I feel
pushing that.
for. I feel for her husband, bro, to have to go in the courtroom and listen to your wife
He's sick
saying that something that she got allowed another man to
to do
to
some
to
absurd things.
to just downright sick
Some
and
things.
diabolical, just heinous acts. Oh my God,
Yeah. No one's no
Lord have
one
mercy.
no one was thinking about that, man. Like,
He's stronger than me, I tell you that.
yeah.
He like, would you feel comfortable kissing her again? Like that kiss ain't gonna be the same no more. I ain't trying to, ladies. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just, come on now.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
that's a really wet that's a wet kiss, bro.
Oh my
That's
Lord.
um okay. Let's go to Breezy. Let's go to
TB,
Breezy. Uh
Mister. She get it on the popping, Mister.
Mr. Run It.
That guy,
Um
Mister Run It, man, a legend.
Chris Brown arrested for smashing tequila bottle over music producer's head at nightclub report. Breezy, what are you doing at this nightclub? Throwing a bottle at
They
somebody's
happened in
head,
2023 now. It
right?
happened in 2023.
Chris Brown is in trouble with the law once again, bro. These articles, bro, are outrageous. How they be putting people in here, man. On Thursday, the singer was arrested at a 5-star hotel in Manchester, England, for allegedly attacking a music producer with a bottle at a nightclub. The Run It singer, 36, was arrested at 2 a.m. outside the Lowry Hotel for an incident that happened in February 2023 at Tape nightclub in Mayfair, London. They'll go boxer behind him. Chris Brown attends the official concert. Okay, blah blah blah. The Post reached out to Brown's lawyer for comment. Dial
Mm-hmm.
alleges that the rapper attacked him unprovoked, smashed him over the head with a bottle, and then punched and kicked him. Dial told the outlet, "He hit me over the head 2 or 3 times. My knee collapsed as well, resulting in him going to the hospital." Breezy out here beating the brakes off
So
people, bro.
basically, I like, come on now. Y'all gotta stop acting like Chris Brown is not a human being. He just sent you unprovokingly. Now, you had me with him attacking you. You had me there. But when you say you unprovoked, I didn't say anything to that. We like eyes, and he just ran up to me and smashed my head with a bottle.
DL
So
alleges that
that,
the rapper
like,
attacked him unprovoked, smashed him over the head with a bottle, and then punched and kicked him.
that's for no reason. Then that's for
Yeah.
no. If he did that for no reason, you didn't say nothing to him. You didn't do anything. Like, we need to get Chris Brown checked out mentally. If he just sent you, he don't know you from a can of paint. You ain't say nothing to him, right? I find stuff like that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Unprovoked.
I mean,
You ain't do nothing to him
Chris
for to
Brown
make
was
him hit you over
there.
the head twice.
Chris Brown was there.
Come on, man. Like,
Somebody popped me over the head with a bottle. It was somebody threw a bottle in there, boom, knocked me. I blame Chris Brown. I'm trying to get a check.
you're like, oh man, that sound way more believable than Chris Brown just seeing you and just run up. Man, why you? Why he choose you for? Like, come on now, we still gotta be. Man, look, common sense ain't common these days. But you know, people trying to get paid. People trying to get paid, so I understand it. You know, and I'm not calling this man a liar, but to say it was unprovoked, like you ain't do nothing.
In October 2023, DL filed a lawsuit against Brown, claiming the loyal singer had assaulted him 8 months earlier. The producer alleged Brown inflicted severe and lasting injuries on him after beating him over the head. Put pause on him. Beat the boy.
You know,
Beat
to
him
beat
senseless.
somebody, it gotta be some type of problem. I beat him.
I'm gonna
You ain't
beat
just
you
gonna beat
with
somebody for no reason.
a Don Julio 1942 bottle at that. Like, bro, I'm not beating you with the
What's the
942.
gun?
I hit you with my hands
No,
before
what
I
the
beat you over there with my 1942, bro. Let's stop it. Knock
You
it
did
off,
something
bro.
to it. Like, come on now. The
Uh,
1940, put the 1942 on you. And you come on, man.
the
We ain't
Grammy winner,
crazy. We ain't
the The Grammy winner allegedly ruthlessly stomped on DI and kicked him in the head, the back of the neck, resulting in the producer falling unconscious for 30 seconds. This incident is the latest in Brown's long pattern that includes past arrests and restraining orders. They bring up Rihanna. In
here
2009,
we
when he was
go.
dating Rihanna, 37, he allegedly beat her, and photos of the brutally battered Umbrella singer went viral at the time. Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault. Okay.
Man, I mean, that's why they always say to understand your future, you gotta know the past.
Yeah.
Man, this follow your history does follow you. Ladies, your history does follow you as well, believe it or not. But your history follows you. So I guess to get a lesson from this, well, we'll have to say, man, you gotta be careful who you dealing with, especially like Chris Brown don't need to hear this. He's Chris Brown. But Chris Brown, you need a Goonie, Chris Brown. Chris Brown cannot be out here laying the smack down the motherfuckers. He cannot be out here
Breezy.
giving people elbows, rock bottoms. No, man, get you somebody that's going. If you got a problem, send a send off man.
I always say this, bro. I say if Chris Brown coming to talk to my girl, I have an issue. There's something in me that says this guy got it, and I may not have my girl tonight. I just may not.
Just
I'm
being
keeping it
honest
being,
though.
bro. I'm keeping it
Yeah,
keeping it
just being
buck.
honest. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with keeping it a bean, a buck.
Breezy,
Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't keep it real, you know.
you
I
know.
feel like that's on a broader topic. I be feeling like that's what's wrong with the generations nowadays. Because some females thinking like, oh, I deserve the world. Like, come on now, baby girl. Let's come on, be for real. You know, like
Yeah,
everybody's not Chris Brown, everybody's not Beyonce. Just be you.
yeah. DDG, you want to be Superman or a family man, bro? You keep trying to be Batman, Spider-Man. Bro, just be you, DDG. Please.
Bro, you and your shot say DDG, bro. He gonna come see you, bro. He don't appreciate this, bro.
DDG, come on stream. We could talk about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could air out your grievances. And, I'll just sit there, and just, listen. And it's DDG.
And love is blind. That's all I can say to it with DDG. Love is blind. If you love the child, put the child first. That's the best advice we can have for them too.
Um,
You love your child, put the child first.
so I thought this was pretty interesting, man. Justin Bieber is out on his behind. He's broke, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell someone with that much money in America and with those many resources and with that complexion goes broke from getting $200 million, bro. That's what
Do
I'm
you
trying to
really
figure out,
believe Justin Bieber's broke though?
bro.
I don't.
Well, you know what? Let's just listen to TMZ really quickly. Let's see.
Let's do it.
See.
When you're broke and you want to start blaming people, that's when it matters. I was on a call with multiple people. Justin's side acknowledges that in 2022, he was on the verge of, and the words were, financial collapse. And that's why he had to sell his catalog.
He was so broke in 2022 that he had to borrow Will Bracey, who was a member of the church.
His COO.
His COO. He had to borrow Will's credit card so he could go play golf. That's how broke he was. He could not afford a round of golf.
But it's not cheap to be the biggest pop star in the world.
You're good.
He is the biggest pop star in the world. Of course he has to charter jets. Of course he has mega mansions, which, by the way, we were told he paid cash for all the houses.
And it struck us when he made that sale and they announced the sale.
Justin Bieber just sold his music catalog for an estimated measly $200 million.
It was shocking.
We were all like, why is Justin Bieber at such an early stage in his career selling off his catalog? And there were other people who were selling their catalogs, but they were all much older. And so it was like, why is he selling this?
Sold out of desperate.
JB, you want to go first on this, bro, or?
Yeah, I guess I kick it off, man. I'm gonna be quick with it.
You brought up a great point though. How can he be broke when his biggest major, he was so broke that he, had to have someone else pay for his golfing for his 18 holes. He was so broke.
Yeah,
I think y'all speaking of, like, if I'm broke, I'm thinking about a meal. I'm not asking my guy to fund my golfing.
That's the point I'm making. Like, the meal, you can't fool me. He may not have in his bank account what he used to have, but broke is no. I don't think Justin Bieber was broke, but mentally, I think he's broken mentally, bro. We gotta remember, the situations with him coming into the game early with Diddy. Who knows what Diddy put that kid through? And I'm not saying he did. That's not you don't want to put that on another man, but it was some real questionable things that was, that was coming with that. He's been under a microscope since he was 12 years old. How old he was, whenever Baby came out, he's been under a microscope, and people don't realize, like, that's not the life that you really want to live. You don't want people in your business everywhere you go, everywhere you turn. You got people saying your name. It can make you feel good at a point, but eventually, that can have you come crashing down, and you just want to have some type of peace and a clear mind. I just feel Justin Bieber needs to, he needs to get back to, man. He needs to get some soul back into his system. And when I say soul, I mean he need to get himself into a church. He need to know drugs. You know what I'm saying? He needs to surround himself with silence. He don't need outside noises. Surround yourself with people that really love you. I'm talking about the people, your family, and not the family that came around when you was Justin Bieber. I'm talking the family that came around before you, people knew about you. Get back around those people. Because it's really a sad case to see somebody, have this much talent. You know what I'm saying? We didn't watch them grow up, in a sense. You didn't watch this kid grow up, and to come to this point, this fall from grace, is it's disturbing because it just goes to show they love you one minute and hate you the next. You're going to either die and be a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain,
There you go.
Perfect is just another case of that.
The breaking point for Justin Bieber and Scooter Braun, but really Justin, is the Justice Tour.
She's confident, I can tell by the way she walks in the room.
That is the tour where Justin pulled the plug in the middle and went into massive debt, and the fans were pissed off, and there was just a lot of finger pointing. So AEG, which through the concert gives Justin a $40 million advance. When Justin cancels the tour, AEG says, hey, yours $24 million. And Justin's like, I don't have the money. And so Scooter's company, Hive, they say, look, we'll assume this debt and we'll pay it off for you, Justin. So Justin then signs a note saying he'll pay Scooter's company that $24 million back over a 10-year period. And he makes one payment. And this is where the conflict starts. So we're told from Scooter's side that Justin's people called and said he doesn't have the money to pay anymore. And he's never paid another payment. Now, from Justin's side, they're saying, well, his accountant, his business manager, Lou Taylor, started digging and said Scooter was way overpaid commissions. Justin said, you screwed me. You took way too much in commissions. So Scooter orders an internal audit from Hive, his company, and they look at all the books and they come out and they say, guess what? Justin owes me $1 million. I don't owe him anything. He owes me $1 million based on the audit.
But see, if I'm Justin, I look at that and say, well, of course you guys are going to say that. It's your company. It's Hive that did the audit.
And we know Justin's people said that. So Scooter then hires an independent company.
Pricewaterhouse.
Same people that do the
They do the Oscars. They do the Oscar towers. They're a very respectable independent accounting firm.
Pricewaterhouse spends 6 months doing an audit, and it comes back in April, last month. It comes back and it shows Justin did not owe Scooter $1 million. He owed him more than $8 million.
Oops.
Almost $9 million.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
almost $9 million.
Almost $9 million.
Remember, Justin's the one who asked for this independent audit, and he gets it back and it says he owes $8 million. So that whole plan has gone south. What we found out is that after that, he doesn't like that number. His team does their own audit, but they won't tell us what the results of that audit.
Which says something.
Wow. I muted you for a second because it was a little bit of rustling with your mic, but man, bro,
Okay.
Justin Bieber, man, you know, I've never lived that life. So like that's the thing. Like people jump to so many accusations about what they should have did or what Justin should have did. You've never been in Justin's shoes, man. Justin Bieber has been rich since he was a teenager. Justin Bieber has had to take care of people that he felt like being a good person would do. Think about when you were, I don't know what, a teenager or, you know, 20s. We know people like this. Got a lot of money in the beginning, felt like they had to do this, do that. Then had a corrective guidance, then had people looking out for them, and they ended up on their ass. You know what I mean? So that's the big, that's one takeaway. Number two, Justin Bieber, Josh, you said this before, he needs to be around real people. I'm not talking about black people that's calling you JB. I'm not talking about people that's glad you got, you know, tattoos and all that. JB, you need to get around real people. Stay off the internet. You know, I mean, you could be on it, but I mean, bro, you need a break from that, man. You need a break from that.
Stay off the internet. He don't need to be on the internet. Stay off there.
The only thing I see on the internet when I look on Facebook and Instagram is people twerking and people acting like they got something that they actually don't have. For some reason, the market is saturated with people like that. For some reason, people don't have anything real. All I see is twerking. All I see is people making fake food. I see people taking fake morning routines. I see people doing fake night routines. Talking. So, JB, you've grown up in that world, actually. So what you need to do is you need to figure out who you actually are. I don't know you, but just from the outside looking in, if they saying you, okay, like the reporter say, yeah, you know, he's the biggest pop star in the world, so of course he has to have mansions. She said mansions, plural.
No, he don't.
Bro, you don't. No, you don't have to have mansions.
You don't.
That's how people go broke. If you have a mansion, JB, how much is that light bill? How much is that gas bill? How much does it cost to cut the lawn? JB, who you paying to clean the house? That's only one mansion. See, a lot of people not talking about this. A lot of people just think they want money, or they want this and want that, and don't know what come with it. Go ahead, bro. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, take up all the airtime.
Man, bro, you hit it right on the head. Like, you know, Justin Bieber. I'm just gonna call him Justin Bieber for now. I think JB he can't handle
Yeah,
JB right now. Justin Bieber.
he can't handle JB. Justin.
Yeah, like, man, it's tough, bro, because he's been under, like I said, I'm gonna repeat it again. He's been under a microscope since he was a kid. And when you got so many people pulling at you, and it's a lot of, you don't know what's real, what's from fake. You know, your vision can get a little screwed. Um, but JB needs to go ahead and find him a little space where he can build him a little crib. It don't have to be a mansion. It could be a 6 bedroom, 5 bedroom house, 4 baths, somewhere you can play basketball and you can be comfortable. But you got so much space between you and the next house. He can do that easily. You know what I'm saying? Don't have to be no um 20 bedroom, 10 bath. Like, he don't have to do that. He just need to get back to what makes him happy, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have a regular childhood. Maybe you need to go and go sit down there and play the game for a second. Give him a game room or something. Maybe he need to get back to just making music. But I'm gonna say this: he need to clear his mind, because right now he's seemed like he's overusing drugs. Of course, um, he's been getting caught doing some miscellaneous things in the club with different people that I can't even speak on. You know, because I'm not sure what that was he was doing. But I just, man, Justin, I'm rooting for him though. You know, everybody can have a downfall. Everybody can have a bad moment, and when your life is under a microscope 24/7, you got a lot of fake people around you, fake friends, and you have the diddler. You know what I'm saying? The Diddy was heavily involved. Man, you can only feel for him, and you know, TMZ, man, you know, they're doing just as much as, damage as anybody else as well. Like, why do we feel so comfortable being able to just, oh man, he's broke, he's doing this? Like, well, he's not. Come on now, he's not broke. Let's just be real. Broke is a huge statement to make about Justin Bieber. I don't think he's broke, but I think he's just broke spiritually, and he needs to just find whatever that is to get himself back into the good graces of himself. You gotta respect the temple. Your body is a temple, so you gotta honor it as such. You need to feed his body good food. You need to try to work out, put good music in his ear, and just, man, peace. Stay off the internet. Stop scrolling. There's nothing good gonna come from that from him. You're Justin Bieber, man. Just, man, hey, find yourself. Look in the mirror. And you gotta hold his head high. Whatever you did with Diddy, or he gotta work his way through that, bro. I
Yeah,
feel like
you
me
gotta face
personally,
that
I
head
feel like that's
on.
bothering him. Yeah, you gotta face it head on, bro. You can't run from it, bro. Cause I feel like he in his own head right now. You can just tell he just in his own head. But prayers up to JB. Prayers up to Justin, bro. You know,
Yeah.
prayers up to him, man.
Yeah, man. It's something, man. It's something. Um, so prayers up for JB. I hope he gets the help that he needs.
Get well
And
soon.
yeah.
Get well soon, kid.
So there's this we working on this final topic here. This final topic. I thought it was pretty cool. You may know her, Josh. She was a actor who was extremely prominent back in the day. Still a figure today who is extremely notable in her own right. And my mom, knows a lot about her for sure. And she's someone who is extremely talented as well. She's acted in a lot of different roles. Motherly auntie vibes, extremely funny, joyful. She just received a honorary doctorate from Morgan State University. I believe it's Morgan State. I may be butchering that, but this is her right here, celebrating. Yeah, so she got her doctorate, honorary doctorate. And I thought that was dope. I wanted to put this up because she's number one, a black woman, and black women go through a lot. They've gone through a lot historically, and she is phenomenal. She's a phenomenal from what I know, from the outside looking in, because I have my own experiences from all kinds of people. But that's a big achievement, to have a, whether it's a honorary doctorate or a traditional doctorate. They're different, no doubt. They require
Yeah.
different skill sets and different efforts, but it's a great achievement nonetheless. She seems happy, and when black people are happy, I'm all for it.
Yeah, she's been rewarded for her work over time. And hey, whether you get rewarded early or you get rewarded at the end of the journey, you still get rewarded. And I know she can take great pride in that. It shouldn't be nothing bad to say about this situation. This is as a feel good story, I say.
Definitely, definitely a feel good story. I wanna mention a couple things though, and I'll tennis it back to you afterwards. A lot of people, a lot of whether you're in education or any other program, and you go in and you receive that terminal degree, which is the doctorate. The terminal degree is the highest degree within that field. People say, oh, well, that's an honorary doctorate. Obama, he has an honorary doctorate. Jennifer, she has an honorary doctorate. They didn't really, grind and, have to read and submit the papers and all this. And I say, okay, hang on. I'm gonna push back a little bit because I know what it means to me. I'm a doctoral candidate right now, and I know why I'm doing it, but why were you doing it? If someone in this world can be well off economically and be able to sustain themselves financially, have freedom, not only financially, but also within their personal lives, as far as relationships, build out networks, provide for themselves, and live life in abundance, then that's what I want out of life. Why you think a lot of people go get the doctor so that they can, number one, a lot of people maybe want to be called doctor, but they want some sort of security and some sort of promise for their hard work. And let me ask you a question. When you get a doctorate, does that mean that you promised financial freedom? Are you promised a secure job? I'm talking to my educators right now. Are you promised that? Let's be real. Cause I done been in the trenches. You're not promised that. Sorry.
Give it a buck.
I'm sorry to tell you. I know. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you. And I'm gonna let you chime in, Josh, before I go again, but you're not promised anything. Sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Man, nothing in life is promised but death and taxes
There
right
you go.
now. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in life is promised. You gotta honor somebody that's come, man, a ways, because they just not giving those honorary documents out. To my knowledge, they're just not handing those out. You don't see them. You just can't go to a store and buy that. You gotta earn that. So if somebody's put themselves in a position to earn it, you gotta respect. What's wrong with folks so quick to disrespect what somebody else have? Just because their route or their path was different and they took a different way to get it, don't mean it shouldn't be respected into the same type of in the same level or same magnitude that somebody who went through school and did the paperwork and groundwork to get it that way. And I don't know. I just feel like as black people, I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but as black people, we gotta find a way to stop trying to ruin people moments. Comparison is the thief of joy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So we just gotta as a people, man, we gotta find a way to honor each other, lift each other up, instead of always trying to find a way to nitpick at each other and bring the next person down. And it's simple as that.
Yeah, and for the people watching, man, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our content. Share the video, because what we are giving right now is something different, and to be honest, it's needed. I can't think of a moment where I go on Facebook or Instagram to a lesser degree and see something that is extremely valuable to me. Maybe it's because of the people that I follow. Maybe I can, switch that out. But there are people doing phenomenal things. But from what we see is extremely different because of what people are looking to portray. And if someone accomplishes something and they get it out the mud and it's, they're being celebrated, there's nothing we can do about that anyway. So I don't see why we want to hate. And to be honest, man, when it comes to these degrees, there is no promise that you'll have a benefit that it'll help improve the quality of your life. And you talking to a person who working on a 4th degree right now, right? A bachelor's degree, 2 masters, and working on a doctorate. So
talk that talk.
Let's not get it confused. Let's not get it confused, man. Because at the end of the day, you want to live your life in abundance. You want that freedom. You want to get your time back. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get your time back. So in order for me to get my time back, I have to stretch the dollar so that I can create and buy more time. I know it sounds simple, but I have to buy more time. And people look for outlets wherever they are. For me, it was education. But that doesn't garner an amount of security. That doesn't garner an amount of sustainability. Because let me tell you something, and please hear me, listen up. Let me tell you something. Correct me if I'm wrong. How many people have master's degrees and don't have jobs within their field? How many black men are, let's say, go through education, have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and aren't teaching? It's only in Chicago, it's less than 4% of black male teachers in Chicago, 4%. As far as administrators, it's less than 10% of black administrators in Illinois. So when we talk about DEI programs and we talk about pushing the narrative of representation forward, when did that start? Did that start this year? Did that start 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Because it seemed like we moving backwards. Where has the progress happened? So at the end of the day, let's fact check ourselves, man. A
lot of propaganda going on, bro.
A lot of propaganda. You say, hey, you know what? I'm unsure. How does that happen? How does someone who gets a bachelor's degree and gets a master's degree and they end up without a job? I'm going to tell you how it happens. I'm going to give you the story of my master's degree, when I got it and why I ended up without a job. I'm going to share with you my experience because a lot of people just aren't talking about it. So here's what happened when I got my master's degree, right? So I'm working at a school, the first school that I ever worked at. I came in, I wasn't qualified enough to teach. So I say, hey, you know what? I like education. Let me get my foot inside the door. Let me do whatever's needed. So you got a black male who they say they want a black male. We are treasures, right? We're looking for black male teachers. Where are they? So here's what happens. I'll go inside the school. I'm there for 4 to 5 years. I don't say no to anything. I work security. I do substitute teaching. I do, I'm helping out with counseling. I'm helping out with culture and climate, helping the dean out. I was an instructional assistant. I subbed K through 8. I also became a provisional cadre. Then I got my 4th grade classroom. After I was able to get my master's degree in PEL, right? PEL, professional educator license. So I did all that, right? I never acted as if I wasn't a sophisticated human being. I'm articulate. I worked hard. I never said no. So I'm there 4 to 5 years. That last year, I was able to get my 4th grade classroom. After I obtained my master's degree and my PEL, I become more qualified for the position. After teaching the position, I become more qualified for it. And then at the end of the year, you know what they tell me? Oh, you know what? We not gonna be able to pay you. So we'll possibly give you a call in August.
That's cold.
That's what happened.
Cold.
That's what happened.
So basically what you're saying, you sacrificed for them, but when it was time for them to sacrifice for you, they couldn't do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, you got the principal making $200K. You got the assistant principal making $170K. There ain't even the amount of students in there don't require an assistant principal that's making $170K. The school requires teachers though. So what happened was they made sure not to pay. I had to move on. They made sure not to pay me. The following year, they had dual classrooms. They had the assistant principal teach 2 classrooms at the same time, making the implementation of the material of education extremely malnourished for the students. That's what happened. Mm-hmm. So, for all these people talking about what they talking about, let's actually speak to somebody who has some experience. That's just the tip of the iceberg for my stories. When we talking and going through things, it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more. So I was thankful enough to actually go to an actual place who respected me. You know, they liked me. They loved me. They poured into me the way I poured into their program, right? I developed a chess club too at that school, at that first school. But you know what? Again, I say this. Be careful with being great. Be careful with trying to be great. Because it's a lot of goats out here, me included. It's a lot of goats. They not looking to pay the goats. Be careful.
Why would they?
Exactly. If I didn't have a master's degree and got that PEL to become more qualified for the position, I would have had a job. Because they wouldn't have to have paid me what they would have had to pay me because of the scale, the CPS scale. So those are character building moments. Character building moments. So when I don't, this is why I created this platform too, so we can talk. Cause it's ridiculous out here. You have no clue what I've gone through. Right, no clue. That's not the only story. Right. Go ahead, bro.
That's some information for your ass. That's all basically what I'm saying. That's
like the video. Share the video, man.
It shows you that it's a system. It's still a system out here that's in place that can really, if you don't have the mental fortitude to withstand them tricks that that's really just a trick they play. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have the mental fortitude to continue to fight forward and know that, okay, man, even though if this door's shut, it's gonna be another one that's open up for me. I'm not
worth 60,000, 55,000, whatever the number was gonna be. You rather pay me 30,000. I'm not worth 50,000 to actually teach the kids. There are no other black teachers in that building. I'm sorry, black male teachers, right? Who are exceptionally qualified under the state law, the board, whatever else. And students needed representation. We talk about that a whole lot. But when it was time to keep one, it didn't happen. So what's going on? Stop playing with people, bro.
Success is given.
Exactly.
Success is given. Sometimes it's not earned.
Exactly. I had all the credentials. I worked extremely hard. I was not abrasive. I was well-mannered. I was kind. I worked with people, white and black. I was a representation for the students. I became well-rounded in instruction. My management, my culture and climate was on point. My relationship building was on point. How do you think I was able to actually stay within that classroom? People talk about, you know, your instruction is great, but sometimes when people are instructional leaders, they don't have the capacity to build relationships. How do you think I started? I started with building relationships and management, and I grew my instruction. So, you know, that's that, man. That's that.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
You know, we gon' have it out. we gon' have it out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him, man. Talk to him.
You know, we gonna have it out, man. And those are the things that I want to make sure we get across to the youth, for the people who don't understand it yet. That's why I say share the video, like the video, because I put all this together. I put the plaques in the back so that you know I'm not capping. I put everything over. I learned everything. I made sure to have my brother on. I did all this so that I could have a platform to say what I need to say, because people not saying it for some reason. I go to meetings for black men who are in leadership. They tell me, man, there were more before. I thought that's what this was about. So let's stop lying. Anything you wanna say, bro, before I wrap it up?
Man, no, powerful way to end the segment. Man, the revolutionary, it won't be televised, bro. It won't be televised. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot of groundwork, and it takes this just to implement. I can't really pick it back off that, bro. Enough said. Just follow, and share, man. We got plenty more coming, plenty more coming. Like, comment, share. It don't cost nothing to like and share. It don't cost nothing. That's
It
free.
don't. It's free, man. It don't cost nothing to do that. You know, this won't be our last one. Of course, we gonna hit it again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We chasing. You know, we gonna get our just due. What's gonna happen when I get my just due? What's gonna happen? I ain't had my break yet. What's gonna happen when I get my break?
Opportunities, doors opening for others. That's it. That's what it's all about. Opening doors for others, man.
That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, man. You know, that gets me hot. So, you know, those moments for me are very eye-opening. And if I don't get anything before I leave here, at least I'm gonna get the truth, and I'm gonna speak about it. So when I'm walking across that stage, you know, all the greats, the big ones, the Huey P. Newtons, you know, Malcolm X, MLK, they were extremely educated, you know? And that's what at least for a piece of me, that's what's gonna be fulfilling for me. You know, that's gonna help me a lot. Just still working. So like always, man, in this simulation, provide a demonstration to the higher power, showing who you are. Only then do we soar across the pages of life. And until next time, levitate.
You know it.